Something like really nice, I think, about here. You get to know people from different universities, different places, different backgrounds. There's always going on. You have a great social life.
Welcome to Vancouver Student Network podcast.
Today I'm with my friend Rodrigo Navarro. Rodrigo, how are you, man?
Good, and you? Nice to see you, Alex.
I'm doing great, bro. I'm doing great. Where are you right now? Are you in Vancouver?
Yeah. I'm in West Van, to
Oh,
be more,
nice.
more exact. And
Nice. You
I'm
live.
at work right now.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm like you're suit up and everything. That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving up a little of your time
No.
to share with
My
us.
pleasure. My
To
pleasure.
share with us.
You know it. Anytime.
Thank you, man. So Rodrigo, just tell me your story, man. I'm really curious. Like, can you tell us a little about your background? Where are you from? And your story.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm original from
Oh,
Mexico.
nice.
I was born there in Mexico City. I studied throughout all my youth there,
Mm-hmm.
and when I turned 16, no,
Yes.
sorry, 17. I was 17. No, sorry, 18. I moved to Vancouver, to Canada.
Okay.
Uh, at first, I moved here with my mom, and my dad stayed for a time in Mexico. He needed to sort some things about his work. I graduated from high school here in Vancouver,
Oh, okay.
actually.
And you
Yeah,
were telling me that you study university here too, right?
yeah. So I graduated from high school here,
Okay.
and then I started university here, and fortunately I graduated very recently, a couple of months ago, and
Okay.
fortunately, yeah, has been great so far.
And where did you study, man? And what do you study?
So there's a university in North Vancouver
Okay.
called Capilano University.
Capilano. Yeah.
Capilano, yeah. I studied a bachelor's of business administration
Okay.
for a little more than 4 years. Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
It was great. So you study business administration. So right now you're how do you apply for this job that you're currently working at?
The journey, to be honest, it was a little complicated,
Okay.
a little exhausting. It took
I
me a while.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah. First, I needed to sort out my resume.
Yeah.
A girl at school helped me with to build my resume, and he advised me that a cover letter is very important and that you need to tailor it for every job that you apply to. So it was a little tedious to make some tweaks every time I applied for a job. It needed to be done, I think. I went to Indeed, to another platform that I forgot the name.
Yeah.
I applied through LinkedIn, and I went into like many different companies of my interest,
Mhm.
and I'll apply like on their own website.
Okay.
And that's how I got this job through their own website. But yeah, it wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy, but man, I'm glad to hear that you got it. I mean, you were persistent and finally you got the position. I'm happy for you, man. Glad to hear it.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate it.
Rodrigo, quick question. I have a I'm like curious. When you told me you came here when you were like 17, right? With your mom? So what were like the biggest cultural shocks that you experienced when you first came here, like in Vancouver? Like difference from Mexico.
Yeah, so I'll say the biggest culture shock that I encountered
Yeah.
at the beginning was like in Mexico, and I think in many other Latin countries,
Yeah.
people is very warm.
Okay.
And if I see like if we see each other randomly somewhere, like
Yeah.
we'll say hi in a very like the
Nice.
hug and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
And
super lovely.
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
here it was like how like this happened to me a lot with girls, especially that
Oh. Yeah,
in
yeah. Like
Mexico.
yeah, it's usually like the kiss on the cheek, right? When you say
Like,
hi and
ex-
and And girls here are not used to it. Like it's literally a handshake or like hi like this. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, so every time my friends introduce me some like new people, like
Mm-hmm.
I had that instinct of just like saying hi how I used to do it back at home. And
Yeah.
here like well people get a little weird about my my greetings.
Yeah, but you get used to it. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think also after COVID, people stopped doing it, because of the physical like contact.
Yeah.
So I
That's
think people
true.
stopped doing it after COVID. I don't know, 2020, people were like, no more handshakes, no more kisses, only fist bump,
Yeah.
and that's it.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And Rodrigo, tell me, talking about your business program in Capilano University, why do you choose that? Do you chose it? Were you planning to study that since you were in Mexico, or like did you choose it on the way when you were here, or what's the story behind that?
Yeah, so I think to be honest, I was a little lost with what I wanted to do as a
Okay.
professional.
Yeah.
And since like since Mexico, I think since Mexico, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was the best career path for me. Maybe
Yeah.
not for everyone,
I
but
mean,
I
you
don't
work
know.
with numbers, right? Do you like numbers? You work with numbers, right?
Yeah, yeah. I like that more than let's say being a doctor or
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm not that like I don't mind love in movies,
Yeah.
but like when you have you seen some like people that are like studying for like medicine or whatever, and you
Yeah,
see
yeah, yeah.
a story of them with like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
actual real people inside the. I don't know how they do it, but like that's not for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Totally get it.
yeah, and I think this career was able to open like many different options. And at first, I wanted to like study international business, something like that,
Okay.
because I really like to travel and to meet new places, new people, cultures, and
Yeah.
whatnot. I had the opportunity during university to have a semester abroad, to study a semester abroad.
Oh, really? Where do you go?
Yeah, I went to Berlin.
Oh, to Berlin.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice, nice,
I
nice.
actually I wanted to go to Madrid.
Oh, you want to go to Spain? Okay.
Yeah, to Spain, to Madrid,
Yeah.
but my parents didn't like that because it's Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, they told me I wasn't gonna learn anything, but and it was just gonna be
I mean,
uh
and I think also like going to Germany also help you like improve your English, because I mean, it was either speaking English or learning German, right?
exactly, yeah, yeah. And I tried to learn German, but
It was tough.
it was tough. Yeah,
It was tough.
I only
Yes.
yeah, it was tough.
And okay, Rodrigo, question. So when you first came here to Vancouver, how easy was it to make friends and build like social network here in Vancouver? Do you find any like bumps? Was it really simple for you? Like, what can you tell us about that?
I remember my first year. I made like a lot of friends outside of school.
Oh, really? What
Yeah,
was that? Because of like a association, a club, or like what was the main reason?
no,
Like,
just
how do you connect with these people outside of school?
I remember I had a friend
Hmm.
who I knew him like way back, and he also came to live here. He came 1 year before me.
Okay.
So when I came, we saw each other, and I remember it was my first week here in Vancouver. I remember it was 15 de septiembre.
The 15th of September, yeah, is
Yeah,
a Mexican festivity, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mexican independence.
Independence
Yeah,
Day. Yeah,
I remember like we went together to like someone's house, but with my mom, her mom, and everything. But then he told me like, "Yo, after this, let's go with some of my friends."
yeah.
And I remember we went to English Bay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
You went to the
I met
beach.
up like yeah,
Was it
we went to the beach,
was it
and there
summer?
it was September, but for some reason we
Oh,
went there.
September. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I met like a lot of people, like Mexicans, Italians,
Oh, really?
Brazilians. From there, we started to make like
Connections.
WhatsApp groups and connections,
Oh, nice.
and almost all of them were like exchange students.
Exchange students. Nice. And
Yeah, so
yeah, yeah. I hear you. I hear you.
oh yeah, so it was very nice. My first year, I think I met a whole bunch of people,
So you would say that they
and
were really outgoing, like they were really, really friendly,
exactly.
really open to like make new friends, new
Oh
connections,
yeah, yeah,
and
for sure.
it was like an instant connection with them, right?
Yeah, and even though like I live in North Vancouver,
Yeah.
and all of these people that I met,
Uh huh.
like were from Burnaby, New West, like,
Yeah.
like kind of far to each
Yeah.
other, but
When you
like,
still see each other, you made it work. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's just pretty interesting about here, Vancouver. Like honestly, people are really like when you get your group of friends, they're really like together, and they're like actually make the effort to like see each other, to hang
yes.
out, to like, and that's really good. Now, Rodrigo, question: did you join any student organization, club, or cultural group in all your time that you've been here, or like heard about them? Like Mexicans in UBC or Mexicans in
Oh, okay.
Capilano University or something like that. Have you ever heard
I've
about
heard a
them?
lot of those type, like especially at UBC.
Okay.
Um, I had a friend from that I met in back at Mexico, and she was like part of the Mexican in at UBC
Yeah.
association,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and thanks to her, I met like a bunch of people
Oh,
from
really?
UBC. I also that was after my like because the people that I told you was like during high school, and then at university I like make a lot of friends Capilano, but also like UBC thanks to my friend from Mexico. And yeah, so there like I've heard a lot of all of these student associations, but personally I was never part of any.
What would you say is like I have a question, like in Capilano University, you guys didn't have like a club association or something?
There were some. Yeah, I
Oh, there were
remember
some?
yeah, Enactus and
Okay.
things like that. But no, I was never part of.
You never part?
Yeah,
You think because it was like not too big or it was like hard to join or wasn't clear? Or what was the main reason there
I
wasn't like a
think it
connection with the
wasn't.
club?
Yeah, I think it wasn't that clear.
Okay.
Like I knew they existed, but I like it was hard for me to like know how to get in or whatever. So I never made the effort. But yeah, I've heard of a lot of the associations. Yeah.
Nice, nice. And Rodrigo, Vancouver is known for its diverse job market. And while you were studying, did you take any part-time work or internship meanwhile you were doing your studies?
Yeah. So when I was at the university, I had
Yeah.
a part time job. But first, I remember I went into a Baskin Robbins.
Okay.
It was funny because I printed my resume,
Yeah.
20 or whatever, and I
Yeah.
went to like Park Royal, I think, and another like mall near my house,
Yeah.
and I just started to like
Go to all the
gave
shops.
yeah, exactly, personally, and like here's my resume, whatever, and
Knock on doors. Yeah, yeah. I mean, sometimes I think it's a really good option. I mean, everyone does everything online now, but like I think like old school going knock on door, like, hey guys, here's my resume. Let me introduce myself. I'm Rodrigo. I would love to work with you. I think that's the best like presentation you could ever get. So you went to all these
yeah,
malls and you knock on the doors.
exactly, yeah, and I remember it was like a very long day,
Yeah.
and I finished giving out all of my resumes, and on the way back home,
Yeah.
there's Baskin Robin, and I remember I just like entered there for an ice cream,
Yeah.
and they were actually hiring. So like I told them, like, "Are
Hey,
you
you
looking for
guys.
someone?" Yeah,
Yeah.
and I remember the lady, the manager of the store, just we sat down
Uh-huh.
inside the Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
She made me like a quick interview, and she told me like, "Oh, like, okay, you're in. Congratulations."
You passed the
And
filter right away.
yeah, and like it was something that I wasn't expecting. It was just random. I
Yeah.
wanted to go for an ice cream, and it happened.
It
So
happened.
yeah, I was there for a while, but then I moved to a retail store, and I was a part time there also for like almost 2 years, I think. And it was good
Okay.
because it was very flexible.
You're working in sales
Yeah,
with the sales team? Okay.
yes, it was great because it gave me a lot of flexibility with my schedule, or because I was still a student, and when I like was like during midterms or like finals, they were like very comprehensive about that, and they'll just give me like a week to prepare, to study, whatever, and I never had any issue.
Okay. And how do you transfer to your current work?
I was in the retail job part time. I was still at school, but then I went to Berlin,
Oh, okay.
and by that time I needed to quit
Yeah.
the retail store. And when I came back to do my final semester, I was unemployed. I needed to start from scratch.
From scratch?
Yeah, and
And
there were tough months because being unemployed is not the
it's
best
hard.
feeling.
It's hard. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You gotta get back on track. Yeah, it feels good to get back to the hours and socialize also, get out of the house, socialize. Um and
exactly,
it's
exactly.
also
I
for health.
felt I was like on another quarantine. I was like done with school, like
Yeah.
no friends every day or whatever, and I have no work. I was just like at home, like applying for jobs,
Yeah.
and
It can get stressful. Yeah, I know. I know. I
yeah,
know.
and but
But you were
fortunately,
persistent and you got it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what matters. That's what matters. And Rodrigo, question: what advice would you give to another Mexican or international student considering studying in Vancouver? What would you tell them? What advice?
I'll tell them to do their research, universities, like where
Areas to
to live.
live? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I was
because
thinking the same thing. Do you live nearby
you
your
can
university?
like my university was North Vancouver. I live North Vancouver, but it was like a 50-minute bus. In Mexico, we used to live like a whole different life, you know?
Yeah. So Rodrigo, what are some of your favorite memories from your time as a student here? I bet you have such a great time with all your
Uh,
friends. Yeah. What can
yeah,
you
yeah,
tell me
yeah.
about it?
To be honest, I think all of them or most of them were outside of school hours. Something like really nice, I think, about here. You get to know people from different universities, different places, different backgrounds, and there's always going on. Like you have a great social life. Uh, you have a lot of free time during university. You know, there's very popular. I don't know if it's still like very popular, but Cambi,
Yeah,
martes
yeah,
de Cambi,
yeah. Tuesdays at Canby. Was it really
Tuesdays at
popular?
Cambi. It was very
Okay.
popular. Then Thursdays at library.
Okay. Are you familiar with Bands to Events, the organization? So now that you mentioned the library, Thursdays at library, we're actually the we planify those events, and it's mostly our yeah like our exchange students and associators that work with us and they participate in these events.
Wow,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's great, and
What a
I used
coincidence that you mentioned it and you actually went.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I went a couple of times with my friends, and every time you meet new people,
Yeah.
and it's great because it's something that Like you make a connection, and you don't feel like you feel like a small part of Mexico is like with you
with you.
here. Yeah.
It's like an experience. Every time you go out, it's like an experience and it's something memorable. Thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate having this lovely conversation with you and sharing your story. And do you have anything to say to the people that are listening to us right now?
No, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe. I think it's very fun, and thank you, Alex, for giving me the opportunity. I really
Thank you.
appreciate you for thinking of me and reaching out, and I'm always here